leading into another massive heat here, quarter-final number 2. The leftovers of that super heat of yesterday get to rematch. Filipe Toledo and John Florence will do battle here. We go to the statistics straight away and we try and look deep into it. 3 wins apiece in their matchups, and well, we're looking at career wins. They both boast 3. And well, head-to-head, my apologies, 1-0 in favor of Filipe Toledo. So interesting there that Toledo might have that psychological edge on John Florence. And here we go with the opening wave of the quarterfinal. John Florence, that yellow jersey fitting perfectly in 2016, will find the run on the sandbar here, and he'll go to the rotation. So a little weave down the face, that snap that John does so well, but it's going to be a quick reply from Toledo as we go straight into the action with this man. He'll climb the whitewater, nice spring to his step, and a strong little statement turn at the end. So wow, straight out the gates here, Ross.
Jeez, fireworks right out of the gates. And you know, for John, a slower start, had to wait for that wave to build up. So there's the cutback. Nice little jam in a pocket right there. So showing some power. And then as John does in his sleep, sweet little reverse. So showing some variety. John, one of the best, you know, on tour at variety. He seems to mix it up in every wave. Pretty strong turn there, but unfortunately for Filipe, he skipped just a little bit. And another, just a tiny bobble. So a bigger wave, but a couple little mistakes.
John now down the line, looking for opportunities. Not much on offer there.
Keep in mind, he was going down the line, so it wasn't like he was trying to rip backwards. He was trying to always move forwards, but he skipped and lost just a little bit of traction. So the judges will take note of that.
Waiting for numbers to lock, and there we go. Opening rides now locked in. John Florence, a 7-1-7, freeing his fins on that end section. Toledo, strong rail work, and he'll get a 6 for that.
And to be honest, with all the firepower in the water, I don't know if they're going to be holding on to these scores, but you know, just dipping the big toe in the pool. Here's the tail slide, and this is by accident. He's trying to hack it, and there you can see that tail just drifted out the back. There he lost control. Amazing reflexes though for Filipe, refusing to fall. So he did well to hang on. Now he climbed, and that was pretty solid right there. Good projection for being kind of a recovery move. And then he's forced to slide again because he's behind the peak. So, you know, he made a 6 out of a wave that potentially he could have fell and completely ruined it. So good reflexes for Filipe.
As you would expect from, as you said, the firepower of this heat.
I just, you know, I had to stick to my strengths. You know, if you're an MMA fighter, you don't, like, if you're fighting a jiu-jitsu guy, you're not going to go on the ground and try to fight the jiu-jitsu guy. You can try to stand up and, you know, hit him a little bit. So I'm going to stick to my strengths, and that's what I did, and got my 2 waves. And
great perspective and great respect being shown there from the young feisty Hawaiian. Talking about feisty Hawaiians, quarterfinal number 2, John Florence. You see that little brush of wind, it's just tacked over to semi-offshore. John will attempt to launch. The crowd hold their breath.
For sure, as we just see John Florence up and riding, goes for the big boost, just unable to stay on top of his surfboard. But you know, both the guys in the water at the moment, that's one thing that I noticed yesterday. Equal cheers for John and Filipe. Yesterday, John said, you know, it was a battle just to stay on his feet with the crowd almost sweeping him up as he was trying to get back to the competitors area.
You know, all morning long we heard a quick little look from Filipe.
Filipe Toledo will keep everyone glued to every movement he does as he goes down the line. Board speed's increasing, looking for opportunities, pops it up. It'll sink on the landing. We move closer to the halfway mark here, Ross, and no real game breakers for backup scores for either athlete. Keanu is singing, and then, well, I don't know if you managed to peep at the bottom half of the draw. There's names like Gabriel Medina there. And now we'll have a look at the form of Toledo trying to come around that left rip bowl. So little focus change here in the lineup, Ross.
He's searching, he's looking for anything to try and grab a score. And keep in mind, Filipe doesn't need much of a wave.
Little inside track here for Filipe Toledo. Gets the board speed up, and well, he can do those, but he won't stitch it together with 10.5 to go. Watching your 2 athletes on screen. Deeper inside is John and also priority, so here he goes. He'll flare it out. And he'll somehow pull that back in underfoot. The crowds here in Europe respond. Everybody loves John. Everybody loves Filipe Toledo.
Really tough to get a score right now. This is pretty much a straight closeout, but John did so well to squeeze out a maneuver. There's the waft out to the channel there. Actually flew that tail right towards the beach. So again, he didn't have any room to get speed. It was one quick bottom turn, half of a ramp right there. It's already trying to cramp his style, and he does so well to get that tail projected out of the water. A little wild, but again, he had no breathing room at all. I mean, that wave was a straight closeout.
Now Filipe down the line. We'll watch him as he just goes, nope, that's not going to unlock for me. So John writing his script here now with the score collecting, and it's a healthy one, a 7.73. Judges see the technical challenge in that, and a switch with now Florence to the lead. 8.4 requirement for Filipe Toledo. That is going to activate him here with a little under 7 to go.
And so you can see Filipe just taking off on that wave, body language a little deflated. I can hear his dad whistling. He might be trying to get his attention just to go, hey, shake it off, buddy, because it's all relative. That score from John, crazy obtainable for Filipe. All he has to do is match just an air of his own on a closeout.
Well, Filipe will want to find the unlock here. Of course, John is going to block every opportunity. 90 seconds to go, and John will pick out that left. We haven't seen the left being used all heat, and he'll go to the top corner for a nice little rail drive. Links it again. John will keep it moving. Clock winding down and leaving Filipe Toledo out the back as we keep John in focus all the way through. Working approach for the last part of that ride there, Ross.
The odds are Filipe, you know, he's going to have a chance here. He needs to go to the air.
Well, the main stage belongs to Filipe Toledo now, as everyone will lock onto this highline drive. It's coming. He's going to click to the air. It's a quick, wonderful rotation, landing smooth. You're digesting that, Ross. I can hear your gears grinding on it.
Well, John's 7.73 was on a big wave. It was well overhead. The judges take that in consideration because it's much more of a committed effort. It's more challenging to land to air when the wave's overhead. That was a small wave, so that's not going to help Filipe, but wild rotation. You know, he definitely, you know, amazingly technical effort for him to get that much whip into that air, but I don't think it's going to be an 8.4.
And watch here, with just 5 seconds on the clock, Toledo scratched his way back, and he's going to go again, so he'll need to go something real special. He tries to hit replay, and well, it'll go incomplete, and that score will check in, Ross, the previous completed rotation for a 5.07. It falls way short of the 8.4.
That's massive. You know, Filipe had a lot of fun yesterday, but John got the last say. That's going to taste so sweet for him.
Wow. This man heading another step closer to his destiny.